Okay, and I think we're live. So, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever it is where you are in your now moment in the world. I'm Teresa Jande from Tree Heart Art Design Authentic, or Love Authentic Me, the authentic part of that. And why am I live? Well, I felt called to share, hence the title Soul Speak, and whenever I tune into myself and my soul and my heart and what comes back. So, it feels like we're on the brink of a week that's about to be quite indelible. Is the word that comes up. That's that I've heard people say at that time of leading up to 2000, when we were talking about the bug and everyone was saying it was going to be 2012 was going to be this immense thing, and it was all these things, and then it got there and there was loads of people like, oh, nothing happened, but actually lots of people that were going, wow, actually we shifted a lot that day and things changed. In the same light, I feel like this week or this year and this year previous, energetically, we started the Aquarian energy in this again today. We've got, I mean, I'm not an astrologer, but I'm aware of the astrology, and the astrology is pretty intense for this month. If you are into astrology, highly recommend watching Pam Gregory's video on this month and the full moon that's coming up on the 26th, which is why I think I'm recording this now. Between now and the 26th, I think this week, even if it's for me personally or for as a whole, I think America comes to mind. This thing of, like Pam mentioned about the conflict, and conflict resolution kept coming up. And this sense for me today, with when I was journaling, was this, that we can't protect ourselves from our pain and from the pains that are about to happen, or possibly the potentiality of that energy. And I'm quite a positive person, so I feel that this is a time of great change. Everyone keeps saying, or this like unprecedented time, all those words, but I think that they are quite significant because of that. I am hopeful that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and in any dark shadow, the bright spots shine. And I want to keep that positive, but at the same time, there's part of my soul that feels like I need to share what's coming through, that we can't help, or I physically can't help in a physical way, but what I can do is be here to hold space for and remind people that you have the calm in the eye of the storm within you always, whenever you need it, just by doing what we're going to do, and I will do a little bit now, to closing your eyes, putting your hands on your heart, and just breathing in and breathing out, and connecting to your heart, your soul, whatever you choose to call the divinative part of you, the divine goddess, God, source, universe. I don't think it matters what you call it. I think it matters the understanding that we are more than the physical representation of what we can touch. Science even says we are. So whatever perspective, whether it's the science and the metaphysical aspects or the spiritual aspects you're coming from, as to the archetypal energies I feel that are going to have an effect on the globe and have ripples over the next week, or whether it'll be like 2012, the same, and those in certain circles will feel it, but I think the shifts will be ripples through the next however many 60, 70 odd years of change for the better. And that's my message, I guess, I wanted to share, and to connect to us, to our heart, and maybe send a conscious intention that we ourselves will hold our own, and I myself will hold my own eye of the storm, and this come up a few times today, and someone prompted, is it Jenny from All Heart Led had mentioned in our journaling from Tuning Tuesdays and Tuesday Tuning, apologies if ladies if I'm getting it the wrong way around, and Sue Althorp from Authentic Smile, and a few things as well with Pam Gregory, and my own journaling that had come through, which is what I wanted you to maybe do. But the thing that's coming up is that I can't protect people from the pain, and that conflict resolution, the word conflict resolution as to why, but heart, stay in your heart this week especially, bring it back to heart, feel from the heart, speak from the heart, don't suppress your truth, and be honest with yourself in how you're feeling and what you're feeling, and don't hide away from our emotions. Very spiritual way of thinking about things is to raise up above and raise our vibrations, and I'm not saying don't do that, but I'm also saying that our conflicts are what launched the rockets of desire for globally as well as initially individually. And if you can say, I created this, I'm aware of this, I am aware in this now moment, this means that I've launched that, and trust in the outcome being for the better, then I think that will help you and help those around you always. So let's just connect for 5 minutes. I don't want this to be a long video. I didn't really know what I wanted to say. I knew I wanted to express this in reference to this time. I wasn't only to saying that the moon ceremonies in preparing for the Leo and this airy energy of the full moon that's coming. Moon energy softens things. The creative, nurturing energy has a softening effect. For me, it's why I am drawn. I do the creative processes. It's that connection, that mothery feeling and energy. And I think that nurturing oneself and nurturing ourselves and nurturing in general, as in the allowing the growth, allowing the need for expression. A mother is it's to mother naturally allowing things to evolve, and to evolve is what, from my own understandings and re-educating, re-signifying things around me with what I'm doing with the work and following Matisse Stefano, it's not a revolution but an evolution that is needed, and the focus on that evolution of processes within us, and us bringing it back to the internal, re-signifying individually, not just as collectives, re-signifying, trusting in our instincts and our knowing and our inner processes to resolve within ourselves first, in order to help resolve in a collective. Because when we do that energetically, as it shifts in collective consciousness. Even if you look at that along the terms of social people being an awareness of things, not on an energetic spiritual level, you can take that on the mind, the way of the mind as well as the soul. Although this is soul speak, so I'm sure I'm taking the fact that you're resonating at this in your now moment, because of what I'm saying is going to ring true for you. So I want to send you my love and blessings, and I want to just remind you. So let's breathe together. Let's hold space. Let's hold a container and a intention for love and compassion, and not to hide any angers. Whatever anger needs to come up, whatever needs to be resolved will be, and what does, and I don't know what will happen. I just feel like the astrology and the things that, like the inauguration set for tomorrow and all this, it feels very potent, and I felt like I needed to express what my soul is telling me to express, for those to remind people that it's okay and well-being abounds. Go within and remember who we truly are, that we are not, that this is the finite, that the soul is eternal. It's, and my memories and in my own knowing of other lifetimes remind me of that, and that the heart, the anchor to the ethereal, is what grounds me, ironically, not going up or that feeling of going up. It's the feeling of bringing down those high vibrations into the now moment and allowing yourself to feel okay. Breathing with it. Feel your body, just tapping into your body and tuning in to your breath. Holding for a second and releasing. Breathing inwardly, in accepting whatever I feel in this now moment, that's okay. Whatever I am feeling, whatever I am being, is let go of judgment of self, of others, and stay in your heart, holding that breath and that intention to being coherent with yourself. In the moment, and then it passes. In the moment, then it passes. In the moment, then it passes. The breath in, out, in, out. I hear Matisse saying once and again in reference to points of the neutrons and protons and electrons pinging back and forth on the smaller scale to the vast scale of the cycles around us and the vastness of space as they circle around the sun once and again, the bigger picture as things change and patterns of energy emerge, transform, and now evolve within us on the smaller scale, externally on the outer scale. Feeling the breath, knowing in the moment, feeling the stillness, or holding the stillness and feeling the movement, the immense movement, the constancy of the eternal within. Breathing. Letting go of the control. The only thing we can control is our emotions and such. Not to force them, but to control our focus, our intent, deliberate intent, to align with something right now that you're grateful for, that you love. And with every breath, feel things lifted, being released, shifting. The water on our planet is a constant, but it's constantly moving in its vastness. Emotion represents emotion to me. The moon's effect to soften any outward possible possibilities. So we focus our thoughts for an outcome for the highest good of all. And are thankful for those beliefs that we have holding to ourselves. For our own experience, from our own perspective, we all too still hold the intent for the highest outcome of humanity. And thankful for the signs of seeing this happen. And the clarity. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Thank you for watching, for listening, and for allowing me to hold space for you and share my soul's calling. Thank you. Love and blessings in your now moment. Just remember, just breathe through whatever happens in the next week, month, year, or any now moment in your life whenever you need it. All is well in this now moment. And then breathe, just as the universe did in the beginning.